G'day guys, how you going? Iski here. Thought I'd make a quick video on this machine. I found this machine last week. Oh, look at this. Check this out. The previous owners have actually taken the screws out. There's a lot of screws back missing in this back shroud, so that's telling me that there's definitely a problem with this machine. I wonder if it is the heater. I can't feel any hot air anywhere. So let's open this up and feel the washing and see if the washing feels hot. No, it doesn't. It feels exactly the same as when I put it in 50 minutes ago. So it looks like it's a heater issue. I haven't had that problem for a while. All right, look at this. So that looks like it's connected to me. Let's see if this is, I think this is some kind of cutout sensor switch. Let's see if that's actually lifted up or pushed in. Oh, did you hear that? That's, I think, did you hear that? That actually clicked in. I pushed that down. That actually, awesome. So what I might do is just quickly set it up here on the driveway. Just turn it on and see what happens. I have heat. Okay. We have, yep, we got heat coming out of there. Can you see up there? I don't know if you can see up there. Got a bit of a glow. You know what? It's only glowing on this side though. What I might do first is go and have a look and just see if the heater on the one that's on the front porch is the same as this heater is here. And if it is, I think I'm just going to swap it over. Okay, got some bad news. Really bad news. Can't believe this. Those machines that I said that I had up here that I thought were the same, well, they're not. They are Bosch machines, and you can see why I thought they were the same. They're not the same. These are just normal dryers, whereas the one that we were just looking at the bottom of the driveway, that's a condenser dryer. So nothing out of this machine is going to work in that machine down the bottom. Well, not the computer at least. And I don't know, I don't think the heater would be. I could check the heater out. I might actually I'm not sure. Let me have a look at the back of this machine. I don't know if we can see down there. It could be the same. In fact, it might be the same. I'm not sure. All right, the big reveal. What do we think? Is this going to be the same? That looks the same to me. I think that's the same, although we have another sensor down here. I reckon that's the same. I reckon that's the same. Let's have a look at some of these numbers and I'll go down and I'll have a bit of a comparison. But listen, I have a feeling, I reckon that's the same. Doesn't matter. I'm tossing this out. I'm going to pull it off now. I'm going to pull this off now. Listen guys, I have a feeling, I'm just going to pause this video and take it up another day I think. I have a feeling I might need to get some stitches, or a stitch or two, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm just going to hold it in this t-shirt for a while, but you can see this, look at this. Look at it, it's just coming out. It's relentless. Never seen so much blood from my body ever. There we go, got it. But now we've got this other sensor down here, which I can't even remember. I don't think that other machine had that sensor, but let's just, rather than pull those wires off the terminals, let's actually just disconnect the whole thing and take it with us. Now, just looking at that, yeah, look, the element goes all the way along. So the fact that it was only lighting up at this corner here, and just before I went and turned it on again, that condenser dryer, I thought maybe it was on some kind of lightweight type of setting and it was only just lighting, you know, heating up one part of the heater. But I don't think that's how they work. I'm pretty sure the entire heater is supposed to light up. And yeah, I went through a few different cycles that the condenser dryer on the driveway has, and it didn't matter what cycle that I used, just that little corner was the only part to turn on. So I reckon it's stuffed, and I reckon we got to put this in there. So let's go down and have a look. Hey, listen, just before I sign out for today, I've just noticed this heater is different. Look how big this safety cutout sensor is on top of this heater. Just look at the base there and have a look at the tiny one that's on the one we just pulled off our normal dryer. It's tiny. Now normally I would say we could just, swap them over, but the hole that is in that heater there is tiny. I mean, yeah, the cutout for the sensor to drop into, it's not there. So it's not going to be as easy as I thought it might be. Everything else is exactly the same. Everything apart from that says CST, and up the top here this says VST. All the other numbers look similar, well, are the same. Okay, all right, well there we go. It's 4 months later. I can't believe I've had this machine set aside for 4 months. Actually, I can believe that because it's nothing new. I do that all the time. But I only put it aside because I wanted my finger to heal for at least a day, and then I just got caught up in other stuff. I think in the last scene I mentioned that that this heater out of the Bosch dryer on the top deck, that was different, and it is. I mentioned that this sensor here is too big to fit through the hole on the casing on that heater. Well, that's okay. I could have actually got around that quite easily, and all you have to do is basically this here is a cover on this heater. You can actually just kind of lift these tabs on the side, take this entire cover off, and we can pull the element out. That's what I was going to do. I was actually just going to pull the element out of this and stick it in this casing here, and that would have been perfect. That's what I was going to do. But guess what I just found at the dump? Check this out. We got lucky. Look at this. What do we have in the yard down here? We have ourselves yet another Bosch condenser dryer. How cool is that? This one here is a newer model. You can see that it's got like a screen on this one, but everything else will be identical, I guarantee you. If we have a look at the back cover, it's the same shape. In fact, this back cover is beautiful. It's gorgeous, such nice condition. Have a look at the old one, the one that we're working on at the moment. Check that out. That's awful. This is all kind of lifting up and scratching off, so we'll throw this one out and we will use the cover that is on this machine. And so this machine, it doesn't turn on, so the computer is stuffed, which means I reckon the heater will be perfect, will be fine. So listen, we want to finish this video pretty soon, so let me just pull the heater out of this one. We all know how that's, how to do that now. So I'll just pull the heater out of this and we'll stick it in that one up there and see how we go. Well, this metal back is a lot heavier than the one that came off the machine that we're currently working on. And guess what? This is wrong as well. This is a small one as well. Damn. Oh man. It's CGB. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if that other heater up might work anyway. Listen, what I'm going to do, rather than pull this one out right now, is actually go and plug that heater that we already pulled out of the dryer on the porch. I'm going to plug that in and stick it in our dryer, because this one here has just the same tiny little cutout sensor on it as well. So that's telling me that obviously they've changed them and that will work. Let me have a look here. That's 600 watts, 1700 watts. I mean, all the numbers match up perfectly on the heater that I pulled out of the dryer on the porch, and they marry up with the dryer, with the heater that we want to put it into, the condenser dryer that we want to put it into. So I can't see why it wouldn't work. So listen, what I might do, first of all, is get out of this frickin' wind. But let's go back into the cinema. What I might do is actually just plug it in, turn the machine on, and have a look at the element, just see how it's, behaving. And then I'll make my mind up whether I want to use it that way, or maybe just pull the element out of this heater here, rather than use the entire thing. Just pull the element out and stick it in that casing down there, and use, the existing sensors, etc. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So, oh, damn it, I left my frickin' driver, my Torx bit out in the yard. I wonder if I've got another one here. Damn, I definitely would have thought that heater would have been the same. They must have changed them. They must have changed them to this smaller little cutout sensor. I mean, it's still got its little cutout sensor, the little cutout switch on there by the looks of things. Anyway, let me pull that out. I have to go get a light. Better go get a light. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab, this is the heater we pulled out of our normal dryer on the deck in my front yard. I am just going to, for now, where can I put this? I don't really feel, I'm just going to stick this, let me find a spot to stick it. Here, we'll just, first of all, let me just pop that there. What I'm going to do is disconnect these cables. Come on, there we go. And I am going to plug them straight into this casing here. Yep, they fit perfectly. Let's pull this one out. There we go. I'm just going to plug that in here as well. Now what I want to do is actually turn this on. I wonder if I can, no, I can't put it on there because the bloody bowl's going to be spinning. I've got to find somewhere that I can actually hold this, something that can hold this, because it's going to heat up. I don't want to put it there because there's some plastic housing, the plastic front of the machine, and I don't want the vibrations to kind of knock it over. So I've got to find something that's not, oh, hang on. That might work. If we can get it close enough to put this camera down. It seems to be the right height. Seems to be the right. There we go. How does that look? Dodgy as hell. It's good enough for me. Listen, we're gonna have to replace this anyway. Remember, we've got this. Listen, I'll work that out later. I think I am going to pull the guts out and just stick the heating element in the back, in the original casing. That's what I'll do. I'll pull the element out. But just for now, because it's set up like this, I'm going to turn it on. I want to see, because that heating element should light up pretty quickly, I'd imagine. The other one did, but we just want to make sure that it is, if I can find some power, we just want to make sure that it's, working more than anything. We want to make sure that the entire element is heating across the board, not just in one corner. Right, so it's plugged in. Let me just double check everything. This starts turning around. Nothing's going to get caught up, okay. Let's have a look at this heater. Ah, there we go, look at that. Look at that, finally. Something's going our way. Okay, that's enough. I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. I'm just going to disconnect it. There we go. So cool. Listen, I'm just going to set up something, and I'm going to pull the other heater off this machine. I think that's what I'm going to do. Give me 2 shakes. I'll work something out. But that's what we're going to do. We are going to pull the element out of this casing here, this heater casing, and we are going to stick it in this one here. I think that's the easiest thing to do. At least everything basically will be original then. Listen, yeah, everything will be original, and I don't have to worry about bypassing this particular, sensor. So I don't have to worry about that. So I'm just going to pull the element out, like I keep saying, and stick it in here. Let me set up something, a bit of light, and in fact, we'll do it on this flooring here. Okay, are we ready to go? You can see there, I've actually disconnected the heater. The heater is now off our machine, and we have them sitting here. Now this is the heater I just removed, and that's the heater from our dryer on the front porch. So basically, I keep saying this, but I like to get it through people's head. What we want to do is remove the element out of that heater, this element that we know works properly, and we want to transfer it and stick it in this casing here. And we want to keep this wiring harness and everything exactly the same, so it's original. That way we don't have to bypass this extra sensor that is on the other dryer for some reason, because you can see this blue wire that's coming from this plug up here. That is normally meant to plug straight onto this terminal here where that small sensor is, bypassing that entire thing. So at least we don't have to worry about that then. So all we need to do is open this thing up, pull the element out, disconnect all the wires, and do the same thing with this and transfer it into this casing here. So I've worked this out. So basically, if we turn it over, you can see there's these tabs there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's probably a few others. I have to kind of, in fact, if I just put you down, put you up here, if I just get my screwdriver like this, I can actually get that under those tabs, and there you go, the first one's up. And I'll just keep going. This video is going to go too long, so I'm just going to do a time lapse. Alright, we have access. Okay, we got access. So that's something that I didn't really anticipate, was that this element has it's soldered on to the harness. So let me just see if we can lift this out. There we go. That's what we need to transfer over. So as you can see, if we have a look here, it's nice. Let me just pull this part off. It's all soldered on. Hopefully you can see that. But that's okay, because we know how to solder. Been doing it since we were a kid. My dad taught me. So I am going to actually desolder this. It's just easier, I think. I think that's just easier than trying to bypass that and all of that kind of stuff. I want to keep the sensor that came with the dryer original. So I'm just going to quickly unsolder these. We'll have to do it to the other side. But just for now, what I might do is go and get a felt pen and just put a tick on here, because that means that is our good element, because we might get that mixed up. For now, I'm just going to actually put this to the side with its respective cover, and this is our bad heater, our heater off our original dryer. I'm just going to quickly take this off and pull that out, and we'll actually solder it all together. Hey, listen guys, I have just made another decision. I'm not going to do this. What I've just discovered is that I thought it was soldered, but it's not soldered. These are actually crimped. These wires are crimped onto this kind of bit of whatever this is, cardboard, and I'm not sure if you can see, but there's this tiny little piece of steel that's running off the crimp, and they're actually crimped around these parts of the element, and they're so tiny I don't see a way of being able to kind of undo them and re-crimp them around the other one. So what I've decided to do is to go back to the original plan. So what I'm going to do now is and the other thing is, you can see here I've actually destroyed this kind of bit of cardboard, but that's irrelevant. So what I'm going to do now is actually pull this out with the wires, and actually just put this with all the wiring harness, all of that part, and stick it straight in here, which means I'm going to disconnect this entire thing and basically put this one back in here, and then we can connect it to the original heat sensor cutout safety switch, and take it from there. That just means I'm going to have to bypass this this other sensor and get rid of it, but that's okay. It's an easy thing. I've been looking at it. It's pretty simple to do that. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to disconnect everything here and just basically use this original housing with this element here and put it all back together and go from there. Hopefully it'll work. I'm sure it will. But yeah, I thought it was soldered, but it's not soldered. It's actually crimped. The funny thing is, when I was pulling this apart, I kept thinking to myself, if it was soldered, wouldn't the solder just melt when it heated up? And I'm thinking, do I have any high temperature type of solder? And I don't, and I know you can get high temperature solder, but I was thinking that while I was pulling this apart, and then when I had a look, I discovered it wasn't soldered at all. It was actually crimped in quite a few different places actually. So I'm not going to be going to all of that trouble. But that's what we're going to do. We are going to put that in here, and yeah, let me just do it, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I've come up here to basically what I was going to do is join these two wires together. I was going to solder these together using some of these, I don't know what you call them, heat shrink solder in one things. They're great, I love them, I've been using them a lot lately. But I've just noticed this wire is basically the right length. I could probably just pull this off and put a new terminal on the end here and stick it straight on. That's probably the better way to do it. I think I've got enough, definitely got enough cable. Pretty sure there's, yeah, that should be enough cable. But so I just want to see if I've got a terminal. If I've got a terminal that'll fit. Let's have a look at this one. I mean, I've got like this envelope full of terminals, just miscellaneous stuff that I'd always pull out in circumstances like this. Now that looks about the same. Let's just pull this off. There we go. Let's just stick that on. Oh, look at that. So if we can get this in here, we're laughing. I hope. What I might do is to quickly go and get the other wiring harness and just make sure that that length is okay. I think that length should be fine. We'll soon find out. Okay, so yeah, like it's no use doing all of this if the wire isn't going to reach once we've done it all. But this is the original. That looks pretty good to me. That looks pretty good. I need a tape measure. Never prepared. It's about 15 mil under. I think I'm going to risk it. I think I'm going to risk. Ah, shit. Should I do it? Listen, what I'll do is I'll actually just do this. I will do it, and I'll just kind of do a dry fit and make sure it fits in the heater okay. But it's about 15 mil under by the looks of things. That's about 265 mil, and the other one was 280. What should I do? What should I do? Let me go back and have a look at my vision on my videos that I've done previously on this fix, and I'll just see if there's any slack. Alright, I'm back. Now, I had a look at the vision. No, I didn't actually look at the vision. Instead of looking at my previous videos, I actually went outside and had a look at that dryer that's in the yard. And this line here, it is really tight. I mean, I think I could probably make it. I think it would probably stretch, but I don't want to risk it. There's no slack in it. It's just this part here. It's kind of got like a bit of a bend that I might be able to straighten it. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. What I'm going to do is not do that idea. I am basically just going to connect these two together and leave it at that. I think that's the best thing to do. Yeah, so that's it. So let me just do that. Alright, so that's that. We've soldered that in. Yeah, these heat shrink solder things in one are fantastic. This is the one that I really wanted to use, but it was just, it's weird. One end's a bit more open than the other end, and the other end I couldn't get the wire through, so that sucked. I had to use a bigger one, but it did the job. But yeah, as you can see, they actually solder and at the same time heat shrink. And these, you know, bits at the end, these blue bits here, I think that's like just waterproofs it. It just seals it, stops water or anything getting in there. But that's just amazing. I love these things. It's I'm pretty happy that I bought that packet. So there we go. I'm not going to you're not going to see me put this in. I'm just actually what we will do is actually do what I did before. I want to turn this on again and put this on the step ladder and just see it working first, and then we will install it. Ooh. All right. So what do you think? Is this going to work? I'll just set you there. You will know before I know, because I'm going to walk around here and turn it on, hit play. Oh, look at that. Perfect. That's exactly what we're after. I'm happy with that. That's enough. Let's kill it. That's good. I just wanted to see it working before I went to the trouble of installing it, and it works perfectly. So I'm just going to let that cool down for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to install it. You're not going to watch me do that bit, but in the next scene we will turn it on. Well, this is my laundry area. You can see over here we have my Ironman condenser dryer, and then we have that Fisher & Paykel condenser dryer that I fixed. the first one that I fixed a while ago. And now we have this Bosch Condenser Dryer. Now I'll end up selling these two here. I'll keep the Iron Man one, but I'll sell these two dryers just here. I just want to play them for a bit and make sure they're running okay. And yeah, I may even give them away. But what do you think? Should we, put some washing in this Bosch machine? I reckon so. Damn it, there's already washing in there. That's from months ago. I was wondering where all that stuff was. That's from months ago. I think that's from months ago. I can't remember now. But it's dry, that's the main thing. Okay, so let's put some washing in here. I've got a fair bit in here. Got some bed sheets. I don't even know how big the bowl is. I'd assume it's 8 kilos. Alright, so what do we want to put this on? I mean, these things confuse the hell out of me. What do we want? Do we want very dry, extra dry, cotton very dry, easy care? What the hell? I mean, I don't know. Let's just stick it on this one here. And the reservoir is empty. Let's just, in fact, I didn't check my, no, that's clean enough. Filter's looking good. All right, let's see if this works. I know it's going to start turning. Okay, well, it's off and running. Obviously I'm not going to film the whole thing, but in the next scene I'll tell you if it works or not, and I'll tell you how long it took. Alright, see you soon. You know, it's crazy, that washing that I just pulled out of that Bosch machine, that wasn't dry. I mean, that was the same washing that was in there 4 months ago that was wet. I just never pulled it out. So I better wash it again, and then I'll try and dry it again in that machine. It was just completely dry. It was all hard and crusty. But it's in there now. Let's give that a go. How exciting is this? Watching me do my laundry. Alright, I've got to show you something. This video isn't over yet. This is the second load of this. I didn't think the dryer was working. Honestly, it went through, before it went through, the first load that you just saw me put on, it finished within 40 minutes. And I'm thinking, hang on a second, that can't be right. And I opened the door, and it didn't feel like it was dry. So I put it on again, and look at this. It's gone for another 45 minutes, I'd say. And this time I opened the door, it actually finished correctly. And I felt some of the clothes, and these are dry. These are dry. And then I had a look at this. Check this out. This is a doona cover of mine. It's a doona cover, and all the washing is trapped inside, and I can't get it out. So it's actually just been rotating and rotating and rotating, and I couldn't work out how it could be, because if you have a look in this reservoir, it's virtually empty. There's only a trickle of water in there. So I'm wondering, how the hell is this, how is it going through its cycle and saying it's finished when everything's still wet? And this is why. Look at, see, that's still wet. Some undies. Now, I think I've got it. I think I've actually, no, here we go. All right. I've never seen this before. Now, look at this. Okay. Man, this is wet. This is really damp. So I've been here thinking, wow, I wasted all of that time trying to fix this dryer, when realistically it is working, but because it's all been in one big parcel and just going around, obviously it's not going to be true. Listen, it's hard to explain. I think you kind of can work out what's going on. So let's start it again. So let's start on, put it on extra dry this time. I'm going to leave this bloody thing out and just hit start. Because I'm thinking to myself, oh man, does this mean I have to do a part 2 to this video? Now I'm certain that this is going to be fine, and I guarantee any money this will actually fill up with water now, because this is the only, out of all those 2 dry cycles that I did, that's the only stuff that got dry. And this is dry because it wasn't locked up inside that parcel. Never seen that ever. I just had to show you. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm going to end this video. I know that it's going to be fine. If it's not fine, I'll actually put a message on the end of this video. But listen, I'm signing out of here because this video is like movie length and it's embarrassing. So listen, this is actually dry. This is virtually dry. I'm not even going to have to dry this part. I'll just hang it over something. But there you go, guys. Listen, I know, I'm sorry, it's another long one, but it's kind of interesting. It's my style. So I'd just like to say thanks again for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.